Right now, almost all the data my YouTube channel runs on lives on one server in my home. Every screen recording, every raw file, every unreleased video, my entire project history, all of it sitting in one place. And here's a part that would probably scare me more than it does. A lot of it is exposed to the open internet. That's the trade-off with self-hosting. My own Nextcloud, so my whole team can pull assets from anywhere, plus OpenWebUI, OpenClaw, project dashboards, even my own WordPress blog, all reachable from any device, anytime. It's genuinely powerful, but the moment you open those doors to the internet, you're not the only one who can walk through them. So the question I wanted to answer is simple. Can I put one thing in front of all of it and actually sleep at night? That's where SafeLine WAF comes in. Now, here's the thing nobody warns you about when you fall in love with self-hosting. The more you host, the more you have to protect. Because the moment you expose these apps to the internet, they stop being your cozy little home lab, they become targets. And the internet, it never sleeps. Bots and automated scanners are crawling web 24/7, hunting for login pages, exposed admin panels, and known vulnerabilities. And trust me, they do not care that this is just my home lab. To a scanner, a login page is a login page. I kid you not, I have exposed a fresh service and watched it get probed within seconds of going live. Seconds! And look at what's actually on the line for me. Nextcloud. Every raw file, screen recording, and unreleased video, my whole team depends on. OpenWebUI and OpenClaw, my private AI chats and workflows. My beta project dashboards, my entire production history. I'm still testing these out, but still. WordPress, the login page, WP admin, and plugins attackers absolutely love to poke at. This isn't some throwaway demo app. This is my personal data, my channel's lifeblood, just sitting out in the open. Now, could I lock down each of these apps one by one? Sure, but man, that's tedious, repetitive, and just so easy to get wrong. What I really wanted was one thing sitting in front of all of it. And that one thing, well, full disclosure, this video is sponsored by SafeLine WAF. They reached out and gave me the perfect excuse to throw it on my own real home lab and actually see how well it holds up. So let's do exactly that. By the way, you can check out and get a free trial of SafeLine WAF Pro using the link in the description below. Now, what I needed was something that sits between the internet and my apps, and that something is a WAF, a Web Application Firewall. Here's the easiest way to think about it. A normal firewall asks one question: is this connection allowed? Port 443 is open, so come on in. A WAF goes a whole lot deeper. It asks, okay, but what is this web request actually trying to do? And that difference is everything. Because the attack almost always comes to the port you already left open. Inside that innocent looking HTTPS request, there could be SQL injection, cross-site scripting, path traversals, or just a bot hammering your app. A normal firewall waves all of that right through. A WAF looks inside and stops it. You're gonna love this. It's feature rich. Think of it as a front gate for your web traffic. Good traffic walks through, no problem. Suspicious traffic blocked, challenged, or rate limited before it even gets anywhere near your real app. And this is where SafeLine WAF caught my attention. It's self-hosted and Docker friendly. Nothing gets routed through some third-party cloud. My data never leaves my server. Basically, Cloudflare style protection running on my own local machine. And it's built for exactly this. It's a reverse proxy that sits in front of all your apps. So I can put Nextcloud, OpenWebUI, WordPress, all of them behind the same thing and manage everything from one single dashboard. But here's the real reason it clicked for me. I do not want to become a full-time WAF engineer just to protect my home lab. I want to install one thing, add my apps, and actually understand what's happening from a dashboard. And it comes with a genuinely usable free tier. I could just try it, no strings attached. Alright, let's get it installed. So I head over to the official SafeLine docs, link in the description below, and right away, SafeLine gives you two ways to install it. There's the Docker method, more hands-on, more control, and honestly, for a lot of you, the better route. Then there's the simple way, a single one-line script that installs it, sets everything up, and drops you right at login. And that's the one I'm going with. I'm grabbing the deployment command from the website, paste it into my Ubuntu machine terminal, and hit enter. Now we wait. It takes around 10 to 15 minutes to pull down everything and get all the pieces running. Good time to grab a coffee. And once it's done, this is the part I love. It hands me a local host link straight to the dashboard, and right there in the terminal, the admin username and password too, which I can change later. So I copy those, open the link, accept the license, punch in the credentials, and just like that, I'm in. And honestly, my first impression was way more positive than I expected. This does not feel like some scary enterprise security appliance. It's clean, it's clear, For a software this complex and feature rich, it's surprisingly beginner friendly. You click around and you just get the confidence that you can handle it. Even if it's your first time with something like this. And I can immediately see where to go to start adding my apps, which is exactly what we're going to do next. Alright, now that I'm in, it's time for the fun part. Actually putting my apps behind SafeLine. But first, let me show you where things stand right now. Each of my apps is sitting out in the open on its own address. Nextcloud here, Jellyfin there, OpenWebUI on its own. I type the address straight into the browser and boom, reachable directly. No gate, no inspection, and that's exactly what we are going to fix. So let's start with the big one, Nextcloud. I hit add application and this little form right here is the heart of the whole thing. Let me go through each field because once you get this, you get SafeLine WAF. First, the domain, the address people actually type to reach the app. So for me, that's nextcloud.local. I'm using a .local address purely for this demonstration. The same steps apply with the real domain. Next, the port. The port SafeLine itself listens on, out front, facing the world. Then the access method. I leave it on reverse proxy because that's the whole sit in front of your app magic we just talked about. I remove the HTTPS here, but for your real app or website, keep it and add a certificate. And finally, the important one, the upstream. This is where Nextcloud actually lives inside my machine. Point it at its local address, give it a name, hit submit, done. Now let's test it. I open up nextcloud.local, login, and there it is, all my files. But here's the key part. I'm not hitting Nextcloud directly anymore. Every request flows through SafeLine first, gets inspected, then passed along. The front gate is live. Now one critical catch, and this is the part almost nobody talks about. If someone can still reach Nextcloud directly on its own port, they'll just walk right around the gate. So your origin, the actual backend, has to be locked down. SafeLine only protects the traffic that actually goes through it. Okay, one app down. Now let's add Jellyfin. Same flow, 30 seconds. I'm going to add a different port here, submit. I hop over to jellyfin.local, login, and again, route it straight through SafeLine. And now the moment that made it all click for me, I head back to the statistics page. Just look at this. Requests, block rate, error rate, visitors, unique IPs, all of it. Every request on both apps flowing through one single dashboard, one place to see and control the traffic, hitting every one of my apps. And I quickly add OpenWebUI too, same 3 fields, and just like that, protected as well. 3 apps, 1 gate. And there's one more I made absolutely sure to put behind SafeLine, my WordPress blog, because if there's one app attackers love to go after, it's WordPress. The login page, WP admin, that endless pile of plugins, it's basically the internet's favorite punching bag. Getting that tucked behind SafeLine is the one that really lets me breathe easier, and I think that most people are going to find value in that. Alright, this is the part I was actually excited about. Does this thing actually stop an attack? Now, I'm not a hacker, but I have gone through the hackerman phase. So let's find out. But first, a quick sanity check, because a WAF that blocks attacks but also breaks your apps isn't protection, it's just downtime. So I open Nextcloud through SafeLine, click around, open folders, load my files, and everything works instantly. Normal traffic flows straight through. Perfect. Now we can have some fun. So I grab my first real payload. Classic cross-site scripting attack. Basically a little chunk of malicious JavaScript I'm trying to sneak in through the URL. I paste it in, hit enter, and boom! Instantly a big red access forbidden page powered by SafeLine with its own unique tracking ID. Nextcloud never even saw it that fast. Okay, let's push harder. Next, a path traversal attack, climbing up to the directories to grab something juicy like the system password file. Paste, enter, and blocked again instantly. Same red wall. And on the dashboard, I can literally watch the block counter tick up in real time. But here's what I really love. SafeLine doesn't just block, it shows its work. I jump into the attack log and every blocked request is sitting right there. The exact payload, neatly classified, XSS, file inclusion, all grouped by where it came from. That's not just a wall, that's actual intelligence on who's poking at your stuff. Now what about a flood of traffic? I fire off a quick script, 300 rapid fire requests back to back at my Jellyfin instance. I flip to the dashboard and the request per second graph just spikes and everything holds. Clean response, no false alarms, no broken app. It just takes it. And finally, the part that made me feel like I was actually in control. I built my own custom rule. Challenge anyone trying to hit a specific admin path. I test it and instead of the page just loading, I get the client verifying screen. SafeLine is checking that I'm a real browser and not some bot before letting me anywhere near the app. Now I'll be straight with you. A couple of the more advanced toggles in here are locked behind paid tiers, but the core protection, the stuff that blocked 2 real attacks back to back and shrugged off a traffic flood, that's all free. And if you're an organization hosting your own blogs or websites or protecting sensitive data, I think the paid subscription is going to be definitely worth it. Okay, so we watched it block attacks and shrug off a flood, but that's just scratching the surface, because this is where SafeLine goes from handy to okay, I'm impressed. It all lives in this one dashboard. At a glance, I get my traffic, my requests per second, my visitors, response codes, and this genuinely cool globe that shows me exactly where in the world my traffic is coming from. It shows on my Homelab server, one screen, every app, all of it. Then there's the auth wall, a game changer for a Homelab. SafeLine can drop a full login screen in front of any app, even ones that don't have their own login. My private dashboards, my OpenWebUI, locked behind a password without touching the app itself. That's huge. On top of that, you got allow and deny list, so I can say only my IPs get anywhere near the admin panels. There's proper rate limiting to throttle abusive traffic and a whole layer of dynamic protection, encrypting your page code, watermarking, anti-reply, stuff that just makes your apps genuinely annoying to automated tools. Now, I'll be honest, a few of the fancier extras like geo-blocking, threat intel IP lists, and Discord or Telegram alerts live in the paid tiers, but everything I just showed you, the core of it is free. A seriously loaded toolbox for self-hosted free tool. But it's not magic. So let's talk about what SafeLine does not do. Now, real quick, I'd be doing you a disservice if I let you walk away thinking SafeLine is a magic force field. It's not. It's one layer. A really good one, but still just one. So it doesn't replace the basics. Patching, updates, strong passwords, MFA, because a WAF sitting in front of a neglected, out-of-date app is still just a neglected, out-of-date app. And their attacks, it simply isn't built to stop. If someone has your actual login and passwords, well, they just walk right through the front door. Same with network level DDoS or business logic abuse. SafeLine is tuned for malicious web requests, not every threat on the planet. But here's the thing. Out of everything you could do this weekend to make your self-hosted setup safer, setting up SafeLine WAF is the single biggest bang for your buck, the most protection for the least effort, and that's exactly why I think it's worth it. And that's SafeLine WAF running in front of my entire Homelab. Honestly, for me, it all comes down to one thing: peace of mind. My YouTube channel's assets are a massive deal to me, and knowing they're now sitting behind one robust firewall while my whole team can still get to them exactly like before, that's huge. And I'm going to take it one step further with an allow list in SafeLine next to lock things down even tighter. And look, if you've been putting security off because it felt like too much, let this be your gentle nudge. You're just seeing exactly how it's done, and I'll drop some extra resources in the description to help you get started. So I'm curious, are you already running a WAF in front of your Homelab, or is this the video that finally gets you to protect your stuff? Let me know down in the comments. And hey, if you enjoyed this video, if you found it useful, definitely consider subscribing to the channel and leave me a big thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go grab SafeLine and try it out for yourself. There's a 7-day trial and the link is in the description below. Alright, this is Linux Techs signing out.